Hey, what's up? It's been a long time since I've posted anything to YouTube, 2.5 years to be exact, and I have missed it. I have to say, I was so burnt out on making Booktube videos, and with the work and the editing that comes with it, I have been sticking mostly just to TikTok and Instagram, but I have missed doing long form content, and I've missed you guys. I've missed talking to you. So I thought that I would hop back on here and kind of start a slow reintroduction to YouTube, and I would give you a little bit of a life update, and I would talk about my reading habits, and what has changed over the past 2.5 years. I am going to do a life update first, so if you want to skip that because some of it is a bit sad, I will put a timestamp down in the description box thingy down below, and yeah, you can go ahead and skip ahead to books. I've made it very clear to anyone who will listen that 2023 was a really, really difficult year. It absolutely sucked for a lot of reasons. Mainly, I lost some people who were far too young, and it was very unexpected, and that grief really threw me for a loop. It was really brutal and really awful. And I think with my general burnout here, I just wasn't really coping with doing these videos anymore, and I just didn't really want to, so I shut down my channel, fully expecting to never come back, but I'm really glad I didn't end up deleting it because I have obviously changed my mind. In addition to losing some people, I also lost my soul cat, Sophia, about 2 years ago, almost exactly. She passed in September of 2023. She had been ill for a really, really long time. You may remember she was diagnosed with stage 4, the final stage of renal failure, in June of 2020. And she lived for quite a long time after that. She was a bit of a wonder cat, and she was spiteful to the end, spitting death in the face. And she did do one last very clawed swipe at the vet at the very end, which made us both very, very happy. And all of that made life very, very difficult, but there have also been some really lovely things that have happened. About 6 months after Sophie passed, we decided that it was time to make some new additions to the family. So we have Antonio and Fiona, who are the little loves of my life. You will definitely be seeing them around in some of these videos. You can find them all over my Instagram. And Dax, little Dax, is doing spectacularly well. As much as I love Sophia with all of my heart and soul, Dax really flourished once Sophia passed, because Sophia did not like Dax nearly as much as we like Dax. She's been doing great. She loves her little brother and sister, even though they sit on her from time to time, and she does get bullied a little bit, but she's a very bullyable cat. She's just the biggest marshmallow ever, and I just absolutely adore all three of them. We are also in the process of moving house. We have sold this flat. We're in the process of selling this flat. If you know anything about British conveyancing, it takes forever and it's an awful process. We are trying to buy a house. We'll find out whether or not that's worked in a couple of months here. But it looks like we are probably going to be moving out of this place and in with my parents for a little bit, which should be fun. My parents, especially my father, love the cats. My dad loves Antonio, and the two of them I think are destined to be best friends. So that's going to be really exciting. It's going to be really fun, especially because it's going to be over the Christmas period. You guys know that I'm completely and utterly obsessed with Christmas, as well as Halloween, and spending it with my family is going to be really awesome. And I should probably mention the Scottish husband is doing great. He's thriving, he's living his life. We are playing a lot of video games together lately and having a great time. I beat him in Civ 5 for the very first time the other day, and I am still rubbing that victory in his face. So now onto the books. My reading has actually changed a fair bit over the past few years. I think was probably fairly well known for these massive book hauls that I used to do. I was indiscriminately buying books left, right, and center, and due to the fact that we're in the middle of a cost of living crisis and some financial changes, trying to sell a house, trying to move, I am not buying nearly as many books as I used to, and I'm very, very proud of myself for that. The TBR is still wildly out of control, don't you worry. I am going to be doing a whole big series about trying to read down my TBR. Don't laugh. There have been many failed attempts in the past, but this time it's gonna happen. I still read a lot of fantasy books, but horror has absolutely become one of my favorite genres. I absolutely love reading horror books, and of course, it's October right now. It's the perfect time for some spooky reading. I'm really looking forward to diving into even more horror books than usual, and I will have some lists together for you guys, so if you have any recommendation lists that you want to see, definitely let me know. In terms of what you're going to see with this channel from here on out, I think it's going to be mostly a lot of the same. It's going to be lots of books, lots of recommendations, all of that kind of thing. I am going to try to be a little less intense about trying to stick to a particular schedule, because I think that was one of the things that was burning me out. It stopped feeling like a fun hobby and started feeling like a job. which is never good. But I think I'm also going to talk about some other things that I love. I obviously am a big knitter. I have started quilting lately, and I sew a lot of my clothes these days. So yeah, I think it's probably just going to be a cozy place for us all to hang out. So hang out with me. I have been so out of the loop for so long. In the comments below, if you let me know who you are still watching, because it seems like the landscape here has changed so much. A lot of the creators I used to follow are no longer posting anymore. So let me know who you're watching. Let me know what kind of content you want to see, and let me know what you've been reading lately. I'm super nosy. That's it for now. I'll see you later.